Good morning, this is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people. And today is December 27th, 2017. And I want to share something with you guys. We've been talking about the 10th month of Tevet and how it connects with December leading up to the end of the year. There's a 10-day overlap, 10 or 11-day overlap between Tevet and December, leading us to the end of the year. And so I just wanted to study a little bit more about Tevet to see what the meaning is or some of the history. I found this article, which I'll leave the link for you in the description box, but there's some interesting details down here that I wanted to read together. Okay. Tevet means 10 in Hebrew. Tevet shares the same root as the Hebrew word tav, which means good. However, in this month, we commemorate many sad events, including the 10th of Tevet. The letter ayin means I in Hebrew. The month of Tevet is the month of the rectification and nullification of the evil eye. The word Tevet itself is referring to the Tav Ayin, the goodly eye, the source of the power of blessing, as it is said, the goodly eye shall bless. Tevet begins its cycle with the last days of Hanukkah, welcoming it in and gazing at the Hanukkah candles, and God planned it this way. This day is the climax. Really, it's the culminating day of Hanukkah, the 8th day, which is called Zat Hanukkah by the rabbis. The meaning of Zat Hanukkah, or 8th dedication, literally means this is Hanukkah. All destructive process begins with the evil eye of hatred, the hatred of the profane to the holy, the secret of 10, the holy number, the month of contending for your faith in God. Remember this day, the 8th day, is called Zat Hanukkah, as we have said before, but why is it so named? Zat means this, and Zat Hanukkah is also called the final seal. And Abraham received the sign of circumcision, a seal of the righteousness of the faith, and it was this Zat, 8th day circumcision given to Abraham that would reveal the spiritual. Okay, very interesting details. There's a connection to the number 10 with Hanukkah, the secret of 10, the holy number. It's talking about the final seal, and there's a connection to the 8th day and the circumcision of Abraham. Now, there's one interesting thing that I wanted to study, and I actually didn't know what I would find, but I wanted to know if Enoch was somehow connected with the number 10, okay? We know that Enoch was connected with the number 365, but I wanted to know if he was connected with the number 10. And I found something very interesting, guys, very interesting, and I don't know what it means, but I just want to share this with you, okay? Enoch. Okay, first thing I notice, okay, Enoch is used 12 times in the Bible. Now, isn't that interesting? We've got Enoch with 365 years, and his name is used 12 times in the Bible. So, you know, it's like one time for each month and one day of the year for each year that he lived. You know, I'm wondering if there's somehow a connection between the last day of the year and the rapture of Enoch. Well, and so I wanted to find out if there's some type of a connection with the number 10. Okay, well, there is, but let's look here first. Starting in Genesis 4:17, Cain knew his wife. She conceived and bore Enoch. He built a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son, Enoch. So Cain had a city that was named Enoch. To Enoch was born Irad. Jared lived 162 years, begot Enoch. Jared is the father of Enoch. After he begot Enoch, Jared lived 800 years and had sons and daughters. Enoch lived 65 years and begot Methuselah. After he begot Methuselah, Enoch walked with God 300 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Enoch were 365 years. Enoch walked with God and was not, for God took him. Okay. Then we continue on and we see that 1 Chronicles, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, Enoch in the generations of Jesus Christ in Luke 3:37, Hebrews 11:5. By faith Enoch was taken away so that he did not see death and was not found, because God had taken him. For before he was taken, he had this testimony that he pleased God. Okay, so we've seen 11 uses so far of the word Enoch. Now in the last usage, in the 12th usage, now if each usage is referring to a month, then we've got the last month is the last usage, and look at what it says in Jude 1:14. Now Enoch, the seventh from Adam, prophesied about these men also, saying, Behold, the Lord comes with 10,000s of his saints. Now, I had no idea that Enoch would be connected somehow with the number 10. But there is a connection to the number 10. And if we go to Jude chapter 1, and we read this in context, it says, Now Enoch, the seventh from Adam, prophesied about these men also, saying, Behold, the Lord comes with 10,000s of his saints to execute judgment on all, to convict all who are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have committed in an ungodly way, and of all the harsh things which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. And we have a lot of things that are leading us by the number of 10 to the end of 2017. And Enoch is connected to the number 365. He's connected to the number 12 based on 12 uses in the Bible. And he's connected to the number 10. This is pretty amazing to me, the way I found this, just simply by doing a search on the name Enoch. And I didn't know if he would be connected to the number 10, but he is. Very interesting. He's also connected to the number 7, seventh from Adam. And this is our year, right? 5777. I don't know, guys. This is a pretty interesting detail. And So if we read about Enoch in the book of Hebrews chapter 11, it says, "By faith Enoch was taken away so that he did not see death, and was not found because God had taken him. For before he was taken, he had this testimony that he pleased God." Okay? There's no doubt in my mind that God is coming for those who please him. It's not about just simply having a profession of faith, calling ourselves Christians, but it is being in a right relationship with God, walking uprightly before the Father, walking in a relationship that we have this testimony that we please God. And it says, without faith, it is impossible to please him. So we walk in faith. It's through that faith that we live out our lives, that the righteous will live by faith, right? The righteous shall live by faith. And it says, without faith, it is impossible to please him. So those who do not have faith will not be taken. He was taken. He had this testimony that he pleased God. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. So how did Enoch get taken? Because he pleased God. Because he had faith. He had a living faith. He walked with God on a daily basis. He had a right relationship with God. He had communication with God. He was a friend of God. He was obedient to God. He feared God. This is part of the relationship that Enoch had. Enoch was not found. He did not taste death because God had taken him. He had this testimony that he pleased God. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. So we have a connection here about the life of Enoch, about him pleasing God, and what it takes to please God. Without faith, it is impossible to please him. This is the reason why those who did not believe, Joshua and Caleb were sent into the wilderness for 40 years, and everyone who was unbelieving died in the wilderness because they did not please God, because they did not have faith. And it was necessary for them to have faith, to believe the good report that it was time to go into the promised land. And it says, "For he who comes to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him." Why do we diligently seek him? Why do we give our lives to seek him, to put him first, to seek first the kingdom of God? Because all these things will be added unto us, because we believe. We believe that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. And so we seek him diligently. We commit our lives, and we know that even though in this life and on this earth we have not seen the full reward of our diligence, the full reward of our faith, we know because we believe in the Father, we believe in him. Without faith, it is impossible to please him, and so we have faith that he will reward us, even if that reward comes in the afterlife, when we arrive in our heavenly city. Even though we accept being despised, we accept the suffering that is this pilgrimage on this earth, in a place that we do not belong. Okay, and then it goes on and it talks about Noah and how it's connected to, it's going chronologically, but the life of Enoch and his rapture, his pleasing God, those who were raptured and those who were left behind in the flood because they did not please God, because they were condemned. The world was condemned by the faith of Noah. It says, by faith Noah, being divinely warned of things not yet seen, moved with godly fear, prepared an ark for the saving of his household, by which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is according to faith. Noah condemned the world by building an ark. His faith was their judgment. His faith was their judgment, that they did not believe in a living God. They did not believe in a God who will give to each man according to what he has done. They did not believe in a judge. And so Noah condemned the world by his obedience. And this is what we have the opportunity to partake in, by pleasing God, by walking with Him, by having faith in Him, and to see ourselves taken on that day. And it's very interesting connection that Enoch is used 12 times. There's a connection to 365, there's a connection to 7, and there's a connection to 10. And when it says that the connection to 10, it's specifically talking about the judgment that is going to come upon the world. When Enoch is connected to 10, it says, now Enoch, the seventh from Anna, prophesied about these men also, saying, behold, the Lord comes with 10,000s of his saints to execute judgment on all, to convict all who are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have committed in an ungodly way, and of all the harsh things which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. So Enoch was found to please God. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. Very interesting. I wanted to see if Enoch could somehow be connected to the number 10. He is connected to the number 10. I don't know exactly what that means, but I think that there is an amazing set of connections to the number 10, leading us to the last days of 2017. So I pray you guys are blessed tonight. Stay close to Jesus. He's coming any minute now, in the blink of an eye. God bless.